So, is this your shot?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right, let's look at it really quick. Well, let me see if I can boost quality setting a little bit. Oh, that's already gas. Okay, let's do it again. Well, tell us a story. Can you bring us up to speed? What's going on here? What's your intention? What's your concerns? And where you'd like to go from here? Hello? Holly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us the story about the shot?
It's basically like in my mind, she's like fighting in like a main street. It's kind of like a zombie apocalypse, but like there's these robots coming in. And she's trying to get in, but it's kind of like a grayish, cloudy day and stuff. And so she's trying to fight him off because he's trying to kill her and stuff. So
Mm-hmm. All right, and I recall you had some references here. Let's look at your references. Is that correct?
yeah,
It's
I
somewhere
believe
on the
it's
top.
from a film called
Yeah,
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I hope
yeah,
I'm pronouncing that right, but
yeah,
because like for theirs, it's like a very cloudy, very like soft shadows and stuff on there. So I was trying to match that.
yeah. Well, the thing is that to keep in mind, you have outdoor. The references images that you picked up, they looks like they indoor. There's a little kind of could be trickier how to approach it, but we still can try to do it here. I can probably we can look at either this shot for reference, which is or I guess where am I here? That's not it. That's it. Okay, there you go. What notice when we try to what I guess let me about this shot. I guess I got the story. I got overcast look. What's your concerns and what do you think is the what is the issue that you try to resolve here, like technically and lighting wise, and where I think
I
you
can't hear
stuck.
you.
Oh, you can hear me right now. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Anybody can hear me? Uh-uh. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I couldn't hear you there for a minute.
Okay. I do. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. My question was, where is the shot? What is it that you think could be improved, or what you're struggling with, or what you wish were different or better? That I can try to figure out. Make sure that if I giving you some tips, that I'm at least heading in the right direction.
I think one of the biggest things is lighting that robot because, like, in the last one, last iteration, it was suggested I added more of a rim. So I added more of a rim. However, I think I've probably overpowered it a little. Like, I've increased the intensity too much because now, like, the main light source like from what for me personally, I think it's like from behind him, and now it's creating like this super duper like bright metal sheen on him.
Okay. Well, it's not necessarily bad because you're talking about these guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's partially I wanted to talk. I think it's actually somewhat successful and or something that I would probably would try to push in that direction. The only thing, well, let me, I guess, start my spiel really quick because we have only about 10 minutes left. Where is that reference? Note in this reference why this works. It's one of your shots. Usually, what how you wanna have pop your characters. Its basic formula is usually works. It's a dark background and lighter shape in front of it. Then you can see much better and read them much clearly. Or the way around, it's like light background and darker shape. Or sometimes once in a while, like for example in this shot, it's darkish, kind of homogeneous mid-tone background, and we have much more contrast from characters that has much stronger brights and darks at the same time, much more contrast one. As a consequence, we can read them against background much clearer, much easier. They kind of pop out. They're there, but they'll pop out. We know what to look at. We're looking at them. We're not looking necessarily at those words and stuff. But basic. If you squint your eyes, you can see this like darker mid-tone, kind of homogeneous whatnot background, and these very contrast shapes on them with deeper darks and brighter brights, and now they stand out. They kind of featured. You with me so far? Hello?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Now let's go to your shot. So what's happening here a little bit, we have kind of very busy, very contrast background, and we try to compete with this pretty busy contrast background with our characters. There are some values and shape to them, but it's the contrast values, and in actually she's actually much more kind of pale or less contrast than the background. Background is kind of steals attention here to some degree. On the other hand, there's a potential. She has this darker skin and white pants and outfit. There's a kind of like contrasty colors in her embedded, and he's metal too. We can have these highlights and darker place on them too. There's a potential to get somewhere. The challenge here is how to make them more contrasty and interesting, how to make their brights brighter, darks darker on one hand, and how mute the background a little bit. What I would almost suggest you to do is, especially in the beginning, what could be interesting, we pretty much want to, the trick is that camera moves here too, and sometimes when camera moves, it's extra challenge to resolve it for all possible angles. But here we end up actually looking this direction and kind of look a little bit left and right and end up here. Even right here you see everything kind of like similarly lit, and we look in the background just as much as we look at our main characters, main performers. You with me so far?
Yes.
I see. Okay, good. What I would probably suggest you to consider to try is, I understand this is overcast situation, overcast light, but even in overcast light there's a sun somewhere. It's we can make it a little bit more present than not. I would consider actually to bring your sun somewhere behind this building, so we can get, so this building will get kind of on the shadow area, and or maybe like right kind of the, actually maybe from this angle, pretty much put sun somewhere like right here, whatnot. So the intention would be here, we would have this wall kind of in the shadow, in the core shadow. When we get here, this, hopefully this building will kind of drop shadow kind of like kind of this along this pavement, but hopefully that sun will hit our characters. It will hit us, it will hit her, like already give her strong rim right here, strong this bright highlight. I mean, her darker core shadows can stay where they are, but that sun can actually give her this nice strong motivational highlights. Brights will be bringing up, and then her contrast will go up. But the key element here, we want this building to be in the shadow. There's some sort of light hits it right now. It's maybe your environment light.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, you may want to actually, I would probably suggest to swing that environment light so that the bright spot is actually somewhere right behind this corner, so that this wall is actually dark and underlit. You see what I'm saying? That way you'll have darker background and bright and more contrast our main characters in front of it, and then they start to pop up and read much more clearly right away. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And then you'll hopefully also, because the sun will be there, you'll have this, they're kind of pretty darkish core shadows on them, but you'll have opportunity because they'll be like on the spotlight. They'll have this nice rims kind of like this, but maybe slightly on this side and here on this side, and then they're going to be pop out, get much more dramatic, but at the same time this building will stay kind of on the core shadow, is going to get darker. this drop shadow somewhere right here, and hopefully we can get away with this one, because this we see this building for a little bit, only for few moments, but then we move back right here, and we will see once again, we'll look at this building that will be darker because it's going to be in a core shadow. The drop shadow hopefully will be like dropping right behind her, but we hopefully see her well lit on the side right here with the strong key. Same for him, and then we'll have this nice contrasting main characters with a strong key or rim. I mean, it will be key, but it will be coming slightly from the side and behind, and then it'll be right away popping up really strong. Does it make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, the main idea, I guess, yeah, let's try to make this wall darker and less interesting, kind of put it in the core shadow area, and we'll pop out and carve out with this strong key rim like the main characters, and then we'll have everything will start to kind of vibe much more. We'll look at the characters, and we should be all set. That's the thoughts I have for you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, do you want me to any questions or follow up or clarification or something that I might didn't flesh out?
No, I think all of that makes sense. So.
Yeah, once again, let's try to make them brighter, darker, more contrast characters in front of the darker this particular wall, because we'll look at this kind of on these buildings the most, and that should kind of read much better. We'll give a hierarchy to the image, darker background and brighter, more contrast front characters, and it should be set.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yep, sounds good.
All
Thank
right,
you.
no problem. Well, I think we got to wrap it up, guys.